You can start. I saw something just
All
now.
right, we are live, guys. What's going on? Woo, woo, woo.
The Tipplers are back. So we about to get loose.
We about to get loose because we are turning the Tipplers loose. So welcome everybody
We can
to
get loose like McMaster's lips.
like the Who Lips?
McMaster's lips.
Oh, McMaster's lips. If you guys don't know who McMaster is, that is definitely our governor. We appreciate you, Governor McMaster. Well, anyway, guys, welcome. Welcome to Turning the Tipplers Loose. Whether you're looking at us live on the web or whether you are listening to us in a podcast form, we thank you so much for joining us. Again, I'm Leah.
I'm Rob.
And we are the Tipplers. And the purpose of Turning the Tipplers Loose is basically talking about topics over drinks, like friends do. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get right into this theme song so we can get into these awesome topics this week. Let's go.
Once I fix all my technical problems, I won't be moving around like a fool.
We hope not.
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. You never know now. You might still move around a little bit. Look, I'm having technical difficulties on my side too. I said I was going to play the theme song, but that didn't happen, did it?
Clearly it did not. I was wondering what was going on. I thought it was something you wanted to tell me more, and I was waiting for it, but then it was like, no, maybe she just can't find the song right now.
Listen, and you guys, after this theme song plays, I'm going to tell you why me and Roderick are not together tonight.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, might as well.
Turning the Tipplers loose on a Monday. Let's make it oh so fun day. Drinking, talking, laughing, tripping out. That's what the Tipplers are all about. Pour your drink, sit back and relax. Here Monday 7:30 is where it's at. Tipping the topics, come on, let's go. Let's dive in, enjoy the show. Turning the Tipplers loose. Turning the Tipplers loose. Turning the Tipplers loose.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care how many times I listen to that theme song. I just enjoy it every time.
I still hear it. You still playing it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was talking crazy. But you know
What's up? Hey, family. What's going on?
There's nothing worse than setting up and then realizing you don't have an ingredients you brought just for the day.
What? You talking about for your drink?
Yes.
So
I'm
what
going to survive.
ingredients?
I'm going to survive.
I was about to say, what ingredients are you missing?
My ginger ale bold.
Oh, yeah. Ginger ale bold.
I'm going to put that with my... When I was wondering why my drink didn't taste right, when I made it, like, something's missing. But I wanted to get the drink down so bad. I was like, I'm drinking anyway. Then it hit me. I don't have my ginger bold.
Oh, you messed up. So what are you drinking on tonight?
I am sipping on some Tanqueray, which is my family's favorite drink. Me and my mama love our Tanqueray with some pomegranate juice, some lemon juice, lime juice, and it's supposed to have ginger ale set it off. But
sorry, that was the producer in the background opening a soda.
Yeah, so that's out of luck. But oh well, I may do. I got one of my favorite shirts I ever brought. I don't know if you can see it.
Let's see. What's your shirt here? What does it say?
Well, look, I don't know if I'm close enough.
It says, "This is stirred." Oh, so you're stirred. That's what you're saying?
But he has a martini. So it's like a drinking shirt off the James Bond riff. Like he has a little martini in his hand. You know, this is stirred because he's talking to James Bond.
Oh, so the martini is stirred.
Yeah, and so he's sad because James Bond likes them shaking.
Gotcha. Well, hello everybody. We have Kathy Schultz from Georgia. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us on our live webcast. We appreciate you. Amber, thank you so much for joining us as well. We appreciate it. So this is the time that we really would like you to. What we gonna do, Roger?
Share the hell out of this, and I mean share that thing like it is in style. It stays in style.
We want you
Mm,
to share this
mm,
webcast. We want you to share this podcast, even if you're listening to it later. You can share this podcast on Apple Music. You can go to our
mhm,
website and share this podcast at turningthetiplersloose.com. You can also
mhm.
share this webcast from YouTube or Facebook. So we would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah. And while y'all sharing it, I'll tell y'all something I heard today. This is the first time I already told you this earlier, so it won't be new to you. I should have left it for the show, your reaction.
Uh-oh.
So I am somewhere today. I ain't gonna say where it was at, and the people was like, "No, don't go in the bathroom and use that um the soap." And I was like,
Mhm.
"No, why? It's bathroom soap." So apparently, people were nutting or coming or ejaculating, however you want to phrase it, into the soap dispenser. So people was getting cum on their hands instead and washing their hands with cum. So it made it for the most hilarious thing. The things people do never. I, I love human beings. They just never stop amazing me.
So what you're trying to say is that this place that you were at, you found out that they are ejaculating
Mhm.
into the soap dispensers so that when people wash their hands, they are literally washing their hands with
Ejaculation.
oh, you know
I,
what? Like
but thankfully, I hope it has never happened to me.
you know what, to
But
be honest with you, you never know what is happening to you. That's why you always laughing at shit, right? You always laughing at stuff like the ice cream shit where they were like licking the ice cream and putting it
yeah,
back into the freezer at the grocery stores, or they were doing some bullshit like that and you were laughing like, oh, that's funny.
mhm.
No, is that funny? Would you think it's funny if you were thinking you were washing your hands with soap and you were watching it with someone's ejaculation?
Oh no, I'm saying thankfully it didn't happen to me. I'm just saying, but it's
But
hilarious
how do
that
you
people are
know
sitting here
it
washing
didn't happen?
hands.
That's the point. How do
Well, I
you
know
know?
you're right. Don't know, but I it just sucks though that people would be sitting there thinking they cleaning their hands. That darn this stuff don't suzz up, and they wash them off, and then they go eat. And they put somebody little babies in their mouth. Most hilarious.
You know what, you nasty. That is disgusting, Marlene. I mean, that's the most disgusting of disgusting. I'm gonna be honest with you, like if I knew that and somebody told me that, I would go off, like all the way off. You couldn't even contain me. I'll be running like, what the bleep, 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 bleep. I'll be trying to investigate. Let's do some DNA samples, bitches. Okay.
You
We're gonna
already got
find
some
out.
samples. You had some samples. You ate them up.
Ew.
Cover
Nas,
that.
Nas and T. Let me tell you. All right, so I want to kind of get some business out the way, guys. And I am super, super, super excited because last week we had a very how can I say, interesting webcast. We had a guest, and that was like our
Mhm,
first time having a guest of that type, a controversial guest, someone that would be interesting enough to hear and talk to. We actually had two guests that were pretty interesting.
mhm,
So next week, guys, we are going to have what they consider a poly relationship. So it is a three-way poly relationship. They are called they have a podcast and it's called Three Relationship Goals. So they will be on our podcast on next week, and I'm super excited because I want to shed light on some things that we may not always talk about. And in this case, it's a polyamory relationship. And there's so many ways you can do a polyamory relationship, but we'll talk about all that stuff next week.
mhm,
But they will be on the show next week live, and I'm like super excited to have them because I am a fan. I listen to their podcast um,
mhm.
all the time, so they're awesome. And they're also a Black poly group that you
Which
normally
adds levels
don't
to that
see.
because that's definitely not the norm.
That is correct, and even if it is the norm, it's not the norm publicly.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to talk with them next week. So you guys, if you're
Mhm.
interested, if you want to know what is polyamory, what is that about, listen to our podcast and our webcast on next week on Monday. So let's get into. Okay, so you already said what you were drinking. I'm going to talk about what I'm drinking. I'm drinking my favorite, of course, as I always do.
Wait. Let me guess. Tequila. And do you have any whiskey? What's it called? Whiskey sour?
Yep, that's what I got. Tequila. Okay. Tequila and sweet and sour, which apparently is the same as whiskey sour. I went to the liquor store a couple of months ago, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for whiskey sour. You like sweet and sour? I'm like, no, whiskey sour. Sweet and sour, that's the same thing. I'm like, okay.
You know, you prick. You know what I'm talking about. But I hate when people do that. That's like one thing that grind my gears. If it's the same thing, why are you even telling me?
Exactly. Show me some sweet and sour. Trying to be a smart ass.
Yeah, I'll just be like a normal person that has a little bit of education and be like, hey, this is sweet and sour. I mean, this is whiskey sour. It's the same thing. They just put a different name on it.
Right. You know, I mean, well, just give me what I need, okay? I just want to drink. Yeah. So let's talk about our first topic, guys. And the reason why I want to make this our first topic, because this has been trending basically.
Oh, boy.
Exactly. You know exactly what topic I'm going to bring up. Go ahead, guess it.
Something to do with entanglements.
Oh, entanglements for sure. Entanglements for everyone. So the topic, Will and Jada. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. They were the top of the headlines last week and the week before, actually. But last week, for sure, primarily because she went to the her own table, her own red table talk, and it was her and Will. And she basically came out to everyone saying that she was in a relationship and an entanglement with August Alsina. And it was during the time that her and Will were on a break. They went into a discussion about the entanglement. It didn't seem like he was too crazy about the word entanglement. And it was a very short red table talk, maybe 14 minutes or 15 minutes, if that.
Oh, so it's that short?
Oh, yeah, it was not long at all. They kind of just put it out there and, you know, saying, they said they're going to basically be together through anything, bad marriage for life. I can't even remember what the slogan was. It was like,
bad marriage for life.
We ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life.
That's weird.
And they knuckled it like, okay, and you know, and agreed. So what you think about that? What do you think about the whole situation?
How can I phrase it? I'm not shocked because every time I remember when those pictures popped up with her with August Alsina on the red carpet, everybody thought it was weird. I think maybe 2 weeks ago we were talking about this. How he has his hands all around her waist, totally inappropriate. So I'm not shocked. The only thing the part that shocks me is I thought it was a threesome. I thought Will, Jada, and August all had sex together. I think it was she bringing him back to their bed while they're broken up to have sex.
Okay, I got you. So my perspective of it, first, let me just start off by saying it didn't bother me whether they came out with it or not. It was their business. But I guess they felt like they had to come out because so many people were talking about it. And maybe they felt like August misrepresented the situation. So
you know, he got a new album coming out, so he's trying to get his name back out there because it's kind of irrelevant now.
Period. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about that too, because I'm gonna tell you who pissed me off. He should really be my miserable bitch of the week. and I'm gonna label him as such, and I'm gonna tell you why. Even if you did sleep with this woman, whether it was during the entanglement, which means the separation between her and her husband, whether it was during an open relationship, whether it was during whatever they consider their relationship to be.
But not to cut into you though, but the entanglement actually, like on the Webster's dictionaries, labeling, you know, they have 1, 2, 3. Number 2 definition of entanglement is a relationship that is a complicated relationship.
Oh, well then, I guess that is the proper term. I guess if that's what she meant. But I feel like he was just, especially if they did not want that to come out, he was just a bitch ass for even like coming out and bringing it out. Like, you decided to go into this relationship, right, with her, right? Whether she, even though she was separated from Will, you know, she was still married to him regardless, right? You decided to go into this relationship agreement, sexual thing, whatever it was. What gave you the damn audacity to even like put this shit on blast like that? Like that to me is like the pettiness of petty.
But I disagree with you. It's his business too. and on top of that, even more. So Jada decides to go out in public with this man, letting him hold her in ways that only a man you dating, or not even say you're dating, but if you were married, you shouldn't have somebody holding you that way in public, which created the rumors and perception.
Okay, so what?
Okay, so I mean, I have no problems with what he did. He wants to get his name back out there because he got a new album coming out. If it's like his old album, it's gonna be fire. So
no,
I'm happy.
No, well, I agree. It helped his album sales, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't even listen to August Alsina. It made me listen to his album. So I mean, he accomplished his goal. You know, he accomplished his goal. And yes, but it's his business. But then at the same time, he had nothing to lose, so to speak. Not really. You see what I'm saying? That was their marriage. So if you decided to go into this with them, you should have kept your mouth shut. I don't care what you call it.
He didn't go into it with them. He went into it with her.
No, yes, the motherfucker he did. And I'm gonna tell you why. As long as she was married, his ass was involved, regardless if he was there or not.
Whatever. I have no
right.
problem with what he did. He did exactly what he needed to do to further his career.
Well,
and I'm glad it's hilarious
for sure. So
I wonder if it's true that Will Smith actually went to him and said, "Oh yeah, you can sleep with her." Because remember, that was part of what August said from the get-go. He was like, "Hey, I talked to Will, and Will said it was okay."
So again, whatever they like to do, because I'm not a judgmental person when it comes down to people's relationships, but I do feel like they have some type of marriage that is not what people consider the typical marriage, and that's okay. I agree that it is something different than what people may think it is, but again, that's their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do, whatever floats their boat. Because when people are in a relationship, they do what makes them happy and what works for them. I do believe that is something different, but that goes right into my segue of what I was going to say. Black people are the judgmental people about our own people. That's number one. Number two, they are murdering her. Like, if that was a man, they would not be doing the memes and different things like they're doing. It's true. It's true.
They're not.
Yes. I just saw people bashing her, like literally, like. I feel like people have to understand that, like your vision of what you want in your mate and your marriage is totally different from what I envision. And honestly, for a person that has been married for 20 years, that has evolved into something different over the course of time. It's not the same as I was when I was 20 or 19.
But I'm going to interject. Okay, you were in a marriage and you took a break from each other. Neither one of you filed for divorce, and you decide to sleep with another man. I think you deserve the backlash you get. The condemnation.
Why? If I'm separated and I'm not with him.
But you decide to get married. Whether you think of marriage, your opinion of you decide to get married, which means you together.
I'm not with him.
To death you part, and y'all separate. Y'all didn't go for, if they filed for divorce, it'd be one thing. But you just
so what? But see, that's what I'm saying. People, but see, that's your perspective, and everybody else feel like, okay, well, honestly, the concept of marriage is really a religious concept.
Well, duh, everybody knows that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So,
that's my point. So you got married, and yes, people are going to judge you when you're still married because you chose to take those vows. You chose, whether you believe them or not, you chose to do it. So yeah, people have opinions.
But does that mean within our marriages that we are perfect? Does that mean in our marriages that we're not going to make mistakes? Does that mean in our marriages? And let me tell you, we can talk about infidelity, we can talk about lying, we can talk about all kind of shit, selfishness. it's still things that drive people apart. If that is your
But at the end of the day, you chose to take the vows, and then you chose to break them. People gonna say something and get over it.
I don't feel like she broke them necessarily. If she did this while she was on a break from him.
And then why people be talking about sex is a mistake? You know how much it takes to have sex. That's like me saying rape was a mistake. Oh, I accidentally raped you. I'm sorry.
Well, you said mistake. You said mistake.
You said mistake.
You said mistake. I'm repeating after you.
I did not say mistake. I said she slept with him, and I didn't. Did I say I had to listen back?
I didn't say listen back too. So okay, so let's backtrack. You're right. Having sex with someone else is not a mistake. It is definitely a choice. Okay, I will clarify that. But sometimes you do things that you feel are right at the moment. And I don't know what you want to call that. But I'm just saying, and things just happen. You're right. It's not a mistake. It's something that you do because you just feel like, I just want to do this shit at the moment, and you do it. And sometimes you don't think about it.
I've never cheated on to my knowledge. I'll say to my knowledge, because you never know what people do. But if I find I was cheated on, you say you made a mistake, that's the way to get attacked. That thing would take me from here to 100 instantly.
Oh, that is so, guys. We still have listeners? I don't see any comments in the comments, and the reason why I'm asking, I just want to make sure our computer is not broke. But we appreciate you guys listening, and me and Roger can go back and forth all night about this. But I think at the end of the day, both of us can agree that it's their fucking business, and that whatever they decide to do in their marriage, let them do it as long as they're happy within it. And yeah, some things they might do might not make them happy. It might, cause some discord. But then at the end of the day,
I have I feel no way about Jada in general about what she did.
Me either.
I just think that she should feel some type of way about people judging her as a married woman sleeping with a single man.
I don't feel no kind of way about that even. I just say that things happen. She was on a break from her husband. Her husband say, "Hey, find you, boo." Okay, that's the best way to find yourself, in the arms of another. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, she felt like that was her healing. And like I said, I'm not trying to get all deep.
That was her healing.
Okay.
Her healing.
Listen, maybe she was in a sexless marriage. People look at Will as a sex symbol. Maybe, maybe he wasn't putting it down. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that man. I don't know what he's going through, but you got to understand that people see Will Smith as, oh, Will Smith, he's so sexy, he's this great actor, he's this. That nigga got flaws just like the next nigga. Maybe he got a small dick. Maybe he
can't dried up these days.
Say what happened?
If Jada wasn't so dried up like she didn't eat, she might still have her same.
But she's always been small. Shut up. She always been small.
Now I'm gonna tell you, it's like 5 dried up celebrities, like dry, like they don't eat. Like, okay, you got Madonna. You can see her. You can see her arteries. I mean, everything. I see her heartbeat when she walking on the stage. That's how skinny she is. And then you got and then what's the one I just said? Jada. She's the other one.
Oh, the producer said Angelina Jolie.
That was my third one. So you took it from me.
Yeah, she can look on the dryish side at times. And
be sitting there like she right. Now you around here cheating on your husband. He don't know, at the red table with your daughter who's cuckoo for what's that saying? Cuckoo for cuckoo birds?
What, Cocoa Puffs? Like the commercial, like
cuckoo
cereal?
Yeah, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
For cuckoo birds. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right, so one of our listeners, our viewers actually, saying Jada said she wasn't happy.
Well, I mean,
pour your gin. Like I said, yes, I agree. She wasn't happy. He set her free like a little jaybird at the moment. And then they came back together. So, like I said, it is what it is. And I can understand your perspective, Roger. You're saying, look, you were still married. You deserve the criticism. That's how you feel within yourself. Like you feel as though if that happened to you, that's your perspective. But I just
think that's a concept she should understand. Like some people actually honor their marriage. So that's the thing still.
But
So
still, okay. No, but so if there's more than one mate to honor a marriage, not just
yes,
sexual. So maybe he did something. So maybe he did something to not honor that. See,
but he
and
did
I'm not saying
he did it
it's
with a person that was smart enough or rich enough to keep it quiet.
you
So
know
we
what?
can't
I
we
can't with you
can't
today.
judge him for what we don't know.
I can't with you today. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that whatever she did was right or wrong, but what I'm saying is it's more than one way to dishonor a marriage other than, having sex with somebody else.
But
You know.
total change the subject. You know me.
Okay.
I was shocked that John Travolta's wife died today.
Oh
That
my gosh, yes,
came
guys. So
out
that
the
was in the
blue.
headlines today. What was her name?
I
Oh
was
my
like,
god,
oh.
I got the story. Give me a second. We were going to talk about that too because I didn't know she had breast cancer.
Huh?
I didn't know she had breast cancer.
But they kept it secret. Well, not secret. They kept it private.
Yeah, they kept it real
Unlike
private. Kelly
August.
Preston, guys. So Kelly Preston. What happened?
I said they kept it private, unlike August.
You know what you dumb. So Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, she died of breast cancer at the age of 57. That was released earlier today. Via looks like we got it from News 19. She had a 2-year battle with breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, like, yeah.
That's the thing. And I know
So
I know everybody can get cancer. Don't get me, but it's always crazy when you see somebody with so much money. It just shows you how fragile life is and how money can't do everything for you. Like when Steve Jobs died from pancreatic cancer, or even Aretha Franklin died from. I mean, these people that got money out yin yang
yeah,
can't do nothing.
absolutely. You're right.
Even though he did pay somebody to give him a pancreas and lived a few more years.
Yep, money does not protect you from everything. So I get it. But that was a good story. I actually had that on our list to talk about. Let's talk about this
now,
one.
while we're on death, though, I'm gonna get this out the way.
Go ahead.
Why the teacher that slept with the student died too?
What's her name? Talking about the one from a long time ago. He was like 14.
Yeah, that slept with the young boy, got pregnant twice or something like that. She died.
She died. What happened?
Yep. She had cancer too. She had some type of cancer, but she died. And he was actually, even though they got married after she got out of prison, they got divorced in 2017, if I remember the article correctly.
Oh,
but he actually stayed with her the whole time during her battle, taking care of her.
That was an interesting love affair because, like you said, he was a student.
Interesting.
She went to jail, had 2 children by him, went to jail, got out of jail, and got married after he became of age. That's serious. I can't remember what her name was. Let me see if our producer can look it up while we kind of talk. But
it's a weird name.
Oh, she had talking about Kelly Preston had pancreatic cancer? Or let me see. Oh, talking about, okay, so Kelly Preston had breast cancer, and she must be talking about the teacher lady that married the student had pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer. Okay, yeah, she must have had pancreatic cancer. You know what? I don't know why when I said pancreatic, I was thinking about prostate. That's why I was like, pancreatic. And then I was like, oh yeah, women have that too.
Look, I agree with you. Turn that boy all the way out. When you wait for your teacher for 7 years for your next lesson, you know you doing something right.
I ain't lying. That's what one of our viewers said. Turn that boy all the way out. That is that's an interesting. And honestly, she got prosecuted pretty well, but she wasn't persecuted per se. But now, if it's a man, he get persecuted to the fullest extent. Like Mary Kay, what was her name? Yes, that's her name, Mary Kay Letourneau. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. She married. What is his name? She married her former 6th grade student. She was a mother of 4. 12-year-old Villa Fula. I'm murdering these names. I am murdering these names. She was 34 and the boy was 18. Oh boy. That's something else. But yeah, no. What I was saying is, it's like with that situation with the female teacher and the boy student, it was like fantasy. But then if it's the other way around, it's not.
Well, that was kind of that was one of those stories that happened at the perfect time. You know, it's always the man, the football coach, sleeping with the girls, cheerleaders. There's always
Right.
was a story of the breakers. But then you had this teacher who was very attractive, sleeping with the student and got pregnant. That's like tabloid gold.
Absolutely, that was out of this world. I'm like, what?
And the secret of beauty, like. I mean, I don't care how mad you are at somebody. That's like one of those old going jokes. I don't care how good looking. I mean, I don't care how. It sucks when you have a person that's like a 10, and like, you can be mad, but you can't call them ugly. Like, what can you call this person? That's a good looking person. Like, I want to be so mad at you and say so mean, but you're so beautiful.
No, you can still say something mean, okay? I can find something.
But you can't with some of them.
Oh no, I'm
okay. With her,
like,
with her,
you might be beautiful, but your personality is ugly.
Like with her, she was a good looking woman. She was educated. She was a teacher. Had a job you would commend her for having. She was doing everything right, but then she supposedly raped a little boy. But I mean, I don't believe in raping men. I don't think it can happen unless a man do it to a man. But
I don't feel like she raped him, but she definitely exploited him sexually as a young boy.
You exploded him?
No. No, you wrong. Exploited. You know what? This show gonna get canceled. She probably did that too, but we're talking about exploited. I guess
but can you really? I'm not saying that I don't agree. Let me put this out here real quick. I don't agree with that kind of stuff in general.
Right.
But can you exploit somebody to have sex with you in that way? That they go to court and fight with you and sit on your side of the courtroom. And that was before when she got out. Can you really do that to somebody? That's that not real?
Crazy. I mean, I guess they were in love now. I don't, I'm again, it is what it is. If I was the mom though, I'd be pissed.
She had that red snapper.
You know what, I can't. And it was something else I was gonna say. I can't even remember. Y'all wilding out. Let's talk about Lady A. Lady Antebellum. So I believe we talked about this last week on the show about how, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Cancel culture, yeah.
Yeah, the cancel culture and how Lady Antebellum wants to change their name to just Lady A. Due to this racial change that's going on. At first I'm like, Lady A, no, I think Lady A was okay. I wasn't too, trippy about that one, but the Dixie Chicks one really got me. I'm like, the Chicks. I'm like, okay, yeah. So anyway,
Lady A though.
Talking about the Chicks, you like the Chicks better than Lady A?
If we just take the names alone, the Chicks, like, oh, that gets my interest. Like, who are these? But Lady A, I'm gonna skip over that.
The Chicks don't sound good to me. The Chicks make me think of like little baby chickens.
Little old chicken.
And it made me think of little baby chickens. The Chicks, chick.
But see, now you put that in my head, you messed me up. Because now I'm thinking about that too. I don't think like the Chicks, like, oh, the Chicks, what is this? You must be some good looking women. Then I see they're all old people. Like, hey, man.
I never use that word. Like, I've never referred to a woman as, that chick. It just, to me, chick is reserved for chickens, like little chickens. I just, anyway. So Lady A, they're trying to sue a lady that is named Lady A. She is an artist, exactly. So a few weeks ago, the band formerly known as Lady Antebellum announced that they were changing their name to Lady A in order to disassociate themselves from the racist connotations that come with their former name. And this is an article actually by BuzzFeed.
The name they willingly chose, by the way? Okay.
Thank you. Okay. And so while the decision is understood by most, especially in the wake of the nationwide Black Lives Matter protests, it was pointed out that there is already an artist who goes by the name of Lady A. Her name is Anita White, aka Lady A, has been going by the name since the 80s. Okay. So People on Twitter immediately had their thoughts, with many pointing out the irony of the powerful white band making a change to combat racism and then suing a black artist. So they're basically suing this black artist that has been using this name since the 80s because they want to change their name from a racist name, Antebellum, to Lady A.
Obviously, they chose the right name to start with. That's what I'm getting from this.
Right. You know, I lost all respect for them. I don't even think I ever listened to any of their music, but now I definitely won't.
Oh, you have. They had one of the biggest karaoke hits in the past decade. You heard it.
What is it?
It's like two of them. Give me a second. Talk about you. Keep on talking. Okay. I'm gonna start singing it. I need
these black woman that had her name ever since the 80s to get Lady A.
To get Lady A themselves, right? So Lady A has been going by that name since the 80s. Lady Antebellum is trying to recently change their name to Lady A. I think Lady A, though, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that initially started the lawsuit, but now they're suing Lady A in return.
They're gonna win it too.
But it's impossible to win. How can you take a name of somebody that has going out their lives?
If they win,
the same way they can take land that don't belong to them, they can take land that don't belong to them.
Lord, we went somewhere else with this.
Oh yeah, we're going a totally different direction. But listen.
But yeah, you remember that song? It's 9:15, and I'm sitting alone tonight. It's like I need you now.
Somebody said I run to you. You heard of that one?
From Whitney Houston.
No, I think they talking about Lady Antebellum.
I don't know running you. Now I do know they got some hits. If I could think of them, I'm about to put my phone at me.
Now, if you were to talk about Evanescence, I'd be like, yeah, I know them. To me, they remind me a lot of Evanescence, right?
Yeah, they're not. They are a full-on country classic trio, but they had some really good hits. That were, I mean, and they crawled. When I say really good hits, I mean they went to the popular charts. Like, yes, it's 3:15, and I'm well, you know Teresa going to it.
Yeah, exactly. She's a country music fan. I Need You Now by Lady A. It's 3:15. So I guess that's the name of that song.
I guess. But it's a very popular. I mean, they got at least 3 really big songs that people used to sing about karaoke, kind of like Ed Sheeran songs. They all lovey dovey. But I mean, and I actually like them. But you know what really killed their career? They did a concert, say 2018, and the whole stage collapsed and killed like 20 fans. The stage just collapsed on top of them, kill them.
Eek. Wow. Dang. Look, that was worth Miguel doing a late shot.
It was 3:15.
You know what? You are wrong.
People died for real, but
you know that wouldn't mess up anybody's career. That's for sure. That is something. Miguel was out of it for a minute after he did that leg chop at the awards.
He's still out of it. He comes back.
No, I do like Miguel now. Like, he has made some pretty good songs since then. But he came down. He said, yeah. He came down like with a vengeance on that girl. I will never forget that. That was crazy.
How short he was and how wide that gap between the stage was.
Absolutely. I was like, eek, okay. And they talked about his ass for a long time. All right, so let's talk about mass. There's a big debate going on online about masks and about wearing masks and not wearing masks. A lot of people say, hey, the government's trying to kill us by wearing masks because we're sucking in carbon dioxide instead of blowing it out.
Argument kills me. I've worked in my field for years. We go down and we go to surgery for 6 hours, shorter sometimes, longer sometimes. We must wear masks. The surgeons wear masks, gowns, and even more. Doing 13-hour surgeries, those neural brain surgeries, I've never seen anything pass out. You can go out and do your shopping and stuff with a mask on and be okay. You're an idiot. I mean,
long-term effects from wearing them.
Long term, how? I mean, I know. Look at. Well, you might be right because look at Ben Carson. He's retarded. He was like the world's greatest neurosurgeon, and he's retarded now. Oh, you didn't change my mind.
I
Nigga.
don't
All
think
the
it's
one.
because of mass. I think that's something totally different.
He done changed his mind.
I don't think Ben Carson's problem is wearing the mask for all these years. Matter of fact, I think he barely did neurosurgery. You know, they need to take him off the what
He
you
might
call
have had
it.
a lot of neurosurgeries. It might be the opposite. They got it confused in the paperwork.
No, but I've heard all kind of stories about it. And my thing is, Bill and I put out a perfect video, and I wish I could pull it up. The mask is not to protect us; it's basically to protect other people. So it's not to protect me; it's to protect you. We should do it because we care. And I'm not saying, first of all, I'm not gonna be out on these streets all day anyway. I shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I wear my mask, I go to where I need to go, and I come on back home. You know what I mean? Because to tell you the truth, I hate them, but I wear them because I need to. So if I'm going in the store, I'm going in the store, I'm hitting it up, and I'm coming back out, and I'm not wearing. I don't see how these people wear a mask in the car driving.
They retarded. And I don't like that word, even though I say it every episode, but I don't like that word. But when I say retarded,
oh, hold on, let's see this real quick. Somebody said that Ben Carson had too many malpractice lawsuits. Really?
Oh snap! I ain't heard about this. I can tell.
That's why he had to go in politics.
I was just talking to one of my buddies the other day about Ben Carson. I was like, I don't understand how anybody let this man have surgery on them if they heard him talk. I've never seen a man with that many degrees and that level of education to be a neurosurgeon talk the way he talk.
Right.
When you sit on the stage with Donald Trump and Donald Trump pulls higher than you in public speaking, you got a problem. And I ain't even talking politics in general. Ain't nobody can tell me he don't sound like a fool, whether you like him or not.
Right. No, I agree. He sounds like a fool. It has nothing to do with Trump or politics. He just sounds retarded in general. And guys, if you watch our show, we do not discriminate. I don't care who you are, what color, what race, what background you come from.
Biden seems senile. I'm not picking sides here. Biden seems senile. Trump just seems a little slow.
But you know what? I saw an article the other day that's saying Biden is not senile. He actually has a speech impediment.
Oh, did he just get it from old age?
No, they said he's had it for a long time, and he went through speech therapy. So when he's looking like that, he's actually thinking so that he won't stutter. Yep, I saw.
I think that's good public. What's the word?
Cover up.
Yeah, whatever you call the people who I can't think of the name right now. People who out there trying to cover up your mistakes. That's what that is. Now he's been in politics.
I believe it.
I'm just hearing of this. 40 years. I'm just hearing of this.
Well, I'm not saying it's never been out there. Maybe I just wasn't listening, but I did see the article.
Somebody said stuttered all his life.
Stuttered all his life.
Hopefully, he stuttered right into the White House. Move on to.
Teresa said it's stupid to wear a mask in the car alone. Totally agree. That's dumb. There's no way. As soon as I get in the car and use my hand sanitizer, I'll rip that shit off my face. Like seriously. I don't wear it. I don't wear it.
And it's worse when you're there alone. At least if you see somebody in a car with a person, you could be like, well, maybe they don't know that person that well and want to help them out.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to let them be in the car. I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm saying like maybe the person with the mask on has something going on and they doing that to protect them. You know what I mean? I don't know that, but you by yourself in the car, that it's a situation. You can't help.
Somebody in my car, if they're in my car.
Don't say that, because I always tell people never say what you won't do, because I can come up with a scenario that you will do it. And you might not do it with a mask on.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Exactly.
I'll take your word for it. Let's talk about Goya's CEO. Did you hear about that story?
The what now?
Goya's CEO. So Goya's CEO, this is per the Washington Post, said that the U.S. is truly blessed with President Trump.
Mm-mm.
Latinos are now boycotting.
I'm sorry. You know, I can see my views now because I actually got a multiple computer setup going on. But
Get it
public relations, that PR relations, what Biden got going on. But yeah, I'm with you now. I'm sorry.
So, as Goya Foods CEO Robert, I'm gonna murder this name, Urain, stood beside President Trump in the Rose Garden on Thursday afternoon, the head of the corporation that bills itself as America's largest Hispanic-owned food company remembered his grandfather, the Spanish immigrant, and Trump having something in common. We are all truly blessed at the same time to have a leader like President Trump, who is a builder, and that's what my grandfather did. He came to this country to build, to grow, to prosper. And so we have an incredible builder, and we pray for our leadership, our president, and we pray for our country that we will continue to prosper and grow. So what he intended to be celebratory comments, marking Trump's signing of an executive order that pledges to improve Hispanic Americans' access to educational and economic opportunities, instead fueled a firestorm of backlash targeting Urain and Goya that culminated in widespread calls to boycott the popular brand.
Okay. So let me rethink, put that all together. So what I'm saying, so it's actually a good thing that was happening.
Right.
That was ruined because of the speech somebody made to the person giving them that good thing. And
basically, you know, so on the upside, Trump, they came together because Trump was trying to sign an order to improve the relations, you know what I'm saying, between Hispanics and you know, America, I guess. But because of the speech that the president of Goya made, it pissed some people off. You know, that could go two ways. I'm not even going to go there with that. You know, I can't knock him for his feelings that he expressed. But go ahead.
I mean, I'm kind of like, it's a rare spot to be in, but I'm kind of like on the other side with this one. Like, the man, he didn't say nothing wrong. He is a great builder. He built some beautiful buildings. People take pictures. You can't tell me people didn't go to these Trump towers and take pictures of it. Like, man, I got a picture with that gold Trump building before he became president.
Okay.
Black people do it all the time.
Gotcha.
So he was a great builder, and God bless America. What is the? I can't disagree with that.
I get what you're saying, and honestly, this is the first time that we might agree on that point. But we've always said that if you're an owner of something or you're representing something, you have to be very careful what you say. You're right. I mean, he in certain ways he is great, you know, for himself. He's built a lot of things for himself and built himself up financially, economically. With built, you know, I can't say that part of him. I can't discredit any part of that. Of course, we can go all day with talking about him as an individual and as a person. I'm not even going to get into that because that would take us into a whole level.
We're not psychologists. Operators can't wrap ourselves around that.
That's true. But I ain't going to lie. I'm going to say this. I love me some Goya, them little packs that you can put on your chicken and stuff. Oh, my gosh.
You are right. You are right. Those individual ones, you got a barbecue, you put that on all the.
Put that on there with your other seasons. Oh, when I heard this article, I was like, I got to read this thing because Goya about to mess me up.
Now you know you black people don't stick together. I don't care when if something y'all like, y'all go buy it. Don't care what they say. Goya can be out like this word and this N-word.
Not me. If it's something that's
no,
really,
I mean, when I say y'all, I mean y'all as a whole of black community. They never done anything together.
Well, I'm with my black people. Somebody said, but I'm with my black people now. But if they do something bad enough, I'm not buying their product. Just period. Somebody said Cezanne. I do like Cezanne. I actually like the complete season. It's by another company. I can't remember what the company is, but poor Goya. I tell you, them Hispanics are turning their back on Goya so quick. You better come back and say something. But yeah, that was it. What happened? What is the Indian 5 spice? Oh, I can't remember what the name of it, but the Indian five spice was pretty good.
Five spices.
Badia, heard of that? I've heard of that too. All right, let's see here. It was another article here. Oh, the Redskins. We can talk football.
What do you feel about that? Because I'm all okay. Well, just so y'all know, for years, the Indian community has been fighting to change the name of the Redskins because they find it as a negative name, like calling them pretty much the N word. So now finally, during this climate we're in right now in America, the Redskins team owner has finally gone along with it. After he said he wouldn't, little punk. But what do you feel about it in general? And then I'll give you mine because this is something.
So let's start from this. Redskins is a racial slur. Period. It is. So it's like you said, it's very equivalent to the N-word for Native Americans. Period. So honestly, this tells a lot about people in America. For you to keep this name so fucking long. I'm glad they're changing it finally, though. But for you to keep this, hang on to this thing for so long, and like you said, say that you weren't going to change it, and now all of a sudden you want to change it. I mean, I don't know. I felt like you should have been changed it. That's just like you saying that you got the Chicago niggers. I'm it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would have felt some kind of way. We would have really talked some shit if they had a guillotine. I'm just saying.
The Chicago Black Skins.
The Chicago Black Skins. Like what? Black Skins? What the? No, sir. Come on.
But what my whole view was it? I had a whole different view of it because I remember the conversation when this first got, because I remember years ago they were talking about it, but it was kind of like whatever, and I didn't even dig my team into it because it's not my team. They're a losing team. Not really. Mm-hmm. I would change my name too. But I was riding the car talking with someone. I won't say who it was. Well, it was my mom. And I was like, we talk about in general. She was like, yeah, the Redskins, they need to change this to racist term. I was like, racist term? What do you mean racist term? Because from my view of it, I thought Redskins was like they call black people black. They call brown skinned people. So I thought a yellow, we use these colors. I did not know it was offensive to be called a redskin, and it was offensive. So when they were calling redskin in my mind, I was thinking like, oh, they call them black, they call them brown, they call them yellow, they call them white. I didn't see it that way, but apparently something's in that word redskin that offends them, and since it offends them, change it. I'm not against it, but it took until literally that conversation a week or two or maybe ago that I actually realized like, oh, that's a racist term.
So okay, I'm gonna put it out here like this. So we in our community, we can say a lot of times like, oh, you red, you a red bone, right? If you're a light-skinned person, you could be a red bone, right? They called my dad red for years because he was like, lighter.
Yeah. Or brass ankle,
Well, now brass ankle, what is that? Like a mix?
Well, literally your ankle's darker than the rest of your body.
But it means something else, though.
But yeah, you're half-breed.
Okay. That's, to me, a little on the borderline offensive, too. I wouldn't call anybody a brass ankle.
No, it's not a term people use anymore. People don't use it anymore.
Yeah. You could say chocolate. You can say, but I ain't gonna lie. Like if somebody was like let's say it was a group of us, and then somebody said, "Look at them black skins." I'm just saying. That don't even
come again. What you say?
Exactly. That don't even sound right. It just doesn't sound right. I ain't gonna lie. Like even look at the white skins. Like why would somebody even say something like that? It doesn't make any sense.
But that's my whole point. Like I didn't. Once I heard it and thought about it, I was like, okay. But I just, in general, I saw it as the old white people, black people, yellow people, brown people, and even if we say Redskins, I mean, just like apparently that's offensive too.
Oh, they're changing the picture too because it's Redskin.
Well, I'm sure they're going to change the logo. If they're going to change the name, they're definitely going to change. I'm interested to see what it's going to be.
But my policy is, if it offends someone, like it offends a group of people, don't do it. Obviously, it's a reason that offends. If a whole group of people say something offends them,
right?
I'm not out here trying to offend people on purpose.
Right. Well, I mean, but they've been doing it for the longest, so I'm just saying.
A lot of Americans be like, "Hey, y'all just backing up. Just the team and the team. You know, sometimes it takes a movement and change for you to see like the area ways. Like, I was out here on the wrong side, but I'm not on that side anymore. Like, hey, let's change it. It is what it is. It's the name. The team not winning anyway. I can see if they were the Patriots with 6 rings and 9 Super Bowl appearances in the past 20 years. We might not change our name, but you haven't been anywhere near that since the Cowboys.
So a viewer, Marlene, she says, I wanted to be the Washington Redtails, named after the Tuskegee Airmen. Now, I heard that they weren't going to use that one because they were saying another state wanted to make claim to that because the actual Tuskegee Airmen didn't originate in the Washington. So I don't know. We're going to see how that works. We are thinking of the Washington Warriors as well. Okay, that sounds good. However, there's a team on the West Coast called the Warriors. Stop talking about my Washington team, Roderick. Keaton Burgess said, my boy Rod was good. Not sure what that means.
What now?
They said my boy Rod was good.
Oh, sorry. What's
I don't know. Yeah.
What's good?
I guess you got to figure it out.
They're a Tippler. They're a fellow Tippler. They need what's good, not what's good. And I'm telling you
what's good. Oh, what's good. Oh.
English ain't that good,
my boy Rod, what's good? You know me, I read things like they are.
What's good? I'm telling you what's good. The Patriots and the Buccaneers. And
oh boy. Bye. So let's talk about Smokey Robinson, y'all. Smokey Robinson made a song, and I don't even know how old this song is. When was this song made?
It was 2017.
It says 2000.
It was 2007. I want to say 4. Okay, I knew it was a long time ago.
So it had a whole lot of songs on this album. Well, not a whole lot. 2, 4. It had 5 songs on this album. The album was called Food for the Spirit. Smokey Robinson made a song, Jesus Told Me to Love You. The Road to Damascus. Standing on Jesus. I Have Prayed on It. And then finally, Gang Bangin. How did all these songs go together? I have no idea.
I mean, if you want to end it, okay. Have you ever been to a church and you go to perform like a revival? You ever been to a revival? Mm-hmm. So you come in strong. You get that crowd ready for that church. That church is on for that. Oh yeah, we feeling this. And y'all sing y'all 2 or 3 songs with y'all weak members. Let them sing something, get them out of the way. Then that last one will come in and you kill it. You lay it down all the way. That's what Smokey was doing.
With Gang
Bangin? What was the first song called?
Jesus Told Me to Love You.
That's how you get the crowd in it. Jesus told me to love you. You go on and everybody walking in, listen to that. They're like, oh yeah, he did tell me that.
All right, so how about Road to Damascus? How did that go?
Road to Damascus.
Okay. How about standing on Jesus?
Standing on Jesus.
How about I Have Prayed on It?
I have prayed on it every day of my life. See, you got to know these things.
And then Gang Bangin.
Bang, 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 nigga, go to church. What's wrong with you? You'll get hurt.
So I can't play the song because I'm scared we're gonna get cut off for copyright infringement. But
Give me the beat. Give me the beginning of it. Give me that
I'm gonna
5
sing it.
seconds.
I'm
Give
gonna
me 10
sing it.
seconds of it. Okay.
Wasting your time drinking that wine.
Why you think like smoke?
Because that's how you sing it.
But sing it like the soul should sound, though.
That is how it sounds. That is how it
It sounds
sounds.
just like that.
Should. Should's the key word. Should sound.
No, that is how it sounds.
That's how it sounds.
Listen.
But Smokey made a mistake. He was smoking. But sing it how it should sound.
Wasting your time drinking that wine, smoking that smoke, doing that coke, dealing that dope, giving up hope, gang banging, gang banging,
What the
gang.
hell? He was the Bill Cosby. That's why I ain't care when Bill Cosby got arrested. Because Bill Cosby ain't never was no good for his people. He always dogged us out.
Bill Cosby the gang
This is something else. Staying out late,
Good
preaching that hate.
I mean, Bill Cosby was gang raping. It's a little different, producer.
Oh, well, it wasn't in a gang. I don't think it was in a gang. I think it was single activity.
Well, she don't know. She don't remember. She just remember him.
You know what?
She forgot.
That's why you gotta be careful what kind of drugs you do around people.
How about just don't do drugs? Everybody
Well, that's true. Stay drug free, especially that video you sent me earlier.
Oh hell, yeah, he was on.
You know what though? I think that they were at like one of those places that they do that spiritual drug, and I think it's called Evita or Urvita, something. I can't remember how it's pronounced. But you actually take this. Some people drink it, some people smoke it, but it's like you have like an out of body experience. But he was out of his body 3 times. He was out of his body 3 times.
That man should have been dead. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he was acting. He was about to.
I tell you something. You act like that. We had to post a video on the page and let the viewers say like, "What's up with this?" Because I have no words. Like, and the people like, "Oh, some vomit, some don't vomit." This man, I can't even just. I'll post on the page, y'all. After we don't do that, I'll post the video on the page, y'all.
Yeah, you're gonna have to post a video because they actually this guy, he almost drowned himself basically after he smoked whatever he smoked. Somebody said, how come Bill Cosby ain't out with COVID? All the others are out.
Because if he get COVID, he did anyway. I mean,
what his birthday today, ain't it? He turned 86.
I mean,
I think his birthday today.
Bill Cosby was okay, let's be honest and frank person. Bill Cosby was a serial rapist. I'm not gonna be out here defending him for a serious rapist activity. I disagree with how his trial went, how they used people from out of that were out of the law of what's his name? The crimes were older than they could charge him for.
Oh, you're talking about like out of the jurisdiction. I mean, not the jurisdiction. What do you call that? Oh God. It's like the time frame. I can't remember the technical term.
I had one too many drinks to even think of what it's called when you're out of that time frame. But nonetheless, I don't agree with that. But he was
statute of limitations.
Yeah, statute of limitations. I'm not so I don't even try to defend his activity. He had a lot of years. He knew his crime and should have left the country. I'm happy his wife finally gets to sit at home alone without that serial cheater.
You know what?
Enjoy the money.
All right, let's talk about one more story, and then are we going to do a live Zoom tonight?
Totally up to you and the Patreon.
Okay, well, patrons, we might do a live Zoom tonight. So if you are a Patreon, you will get an invite to a exclusive Zoom with the Tipplers, where we're going to talk about any and everything, and we're going to drink a little bit more. But the only way you get to participate in this live Zoom is if you are a patron. So I'm going to show you how you'll become a patron. You ready?
Well, show me, because I don't know how to do it.
Are you ready to rock?
I am ready to learn how to be a patron.
Well, I'm ready to show you.
Yeah,
So all
you
you
know
need
what?
to do, what's up?
But I even cut you off. Patreon, no. Well, this, y'all, I look behind me. It's still light outside.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But how many people actually suffer from like if summer seems so long and so bad? I mean, not summer, but the winter and the spring, the sun's gone completely, and then you sit out here and it's like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock,
I
closer
like
to
those
9,
hours,
8.
but we'll talk about those hours in a minute. As soon as we get finished this promotion here, okay? We'll talk about those later. All right, so guys, all you need to go do is go to www.turningthetiplersloose.com. And right here in the top right-hand corner, you will see Patreon site. You click on Patreon site and it will take you to our Patreon. Now, you ask, what the hell is Patreon? Patreon is a way that you can support us every month by donating a minimum of $5 a month to the Tipplers. What does that $5 go to, you ask? Well, it supports our webcast. We get to pay for our all the stuff that we need in order to come to you every week. So our alcohol, our website, our streaming, and much, much more. So we ask that you at least donate a minimum of $5 per month. With that $5 per month, you get access to a live Zoom, if not once, but twice a week. And you get a shout out on Monday's night's webcast. So all you have to do is go to www.turningthetiplersloose.com. On the
Now,
top
where's the
right.
shout out? Let me have a shout out
Go ahead, give a shout out.
to Patreon.
Yeah, so give a shout out to our latest Patreon.
Our latest Patreon. I don't know. You know me.
Oh, you know this person. You know
But
them
you
personally.
know, I'm gonna give a shout out to my baby cakes, my
There
sweet.
you go. That's it.
Alex. That's one of the best patrons we ever got, y'all. She's so good.
Alice, we appreciate you for being our latest Patreon. So if you want to join our Zoom right after this webcast, all you have to do is go to our webpage and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. So our last topic.
Oh
so
boy.
they, in order to
So
cut
20
down,
minutes later, we're gonna end the show.
well, we came on at 7:30, so it's an hour.
I'm joking. Tell the topic. It's a joke.
I'm like, what? Okay.
You don't keep talking.
You're right. Exactly. So British experts say, turn off your air conditioning to reduce the risk of spreading coronavirus, as WHO admits pathogens can spread through tiny floating droplets.
You know what? Let me tell you what. These British people got bad teeth. So I ain't listening to nothing they say. With a mouth like them people got, even the Queen got a mouth. Why are we listening to anything they say?
Oh, we can't hear you. Went down low.
Oh shoot! Someone called me in the wrong time. Oh,
I tell you, these androids.
All right.
Here we go. I can hear you. Great.
That's what I'm saying. So what part you didn't hear?
All of it.
Oh, well, what I was saying was like, I'm listening to these British people. Even the Queen got a jacked up mouth. They don't fix their teeth. Their teeth be jacked up around here. Just looking bad. So I'm listening to any advice they have.
You're talking about the British.
What you said?
You're talking about the British.
Yeah.
So
what are you saying?
No. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify. You're saying the British have messed up teeth, so we shouldn't listen.
All of them over in Europe got bad teeth.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I can live without air right now. It's hot as hell here where we are. Why the hell would I do that?
My thing is, why would you cut your air conditioning off?
So you can die.
Know what? I can't speak for apartments and stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
But like if you live in your own place, why would you cut your air conditioning off if no one had COVID?
I don't think I would cut it off if I was in an apartment. I don't know.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. Now I'm just saying it wouldn't even be a question if I was living in anywhere. But I'm saying an apartment, at least you'd be like, somebody got COVID. Let me cut my air off because it would make sense then.
I would have to risk it because it's hot out here in these streets. Somebody talking about now, Rod, when you called the British bad teeth.
They got bad teeth. We all know they got. Even the stars got bad teeth. It's like an ongoing. It's a pandemic of bad teeth in Europe.
You know
Like
what?
they don't even. Do they have dentists over there? I don't
I,
know.
I don't know why. Like that would be a good study though to see like why. You're right.
You know I'm well traveled. Like I thought it was just in the movies picking at them with the brown yellow teeth. No, you wrap it in their face, yop 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 yop. Not a tooth in their mouth. And I'm like,
Well, they got them. They just be yellow and crooked.
but they ain't got all of them.
Oh, for real?
And they be jagged and they be laying all kind of ways. They don't care.
Jagged and laying on. It was some show we were watching the other night, and it was a British guy. And I'm not gonna lie, that tooth right here was way up there. Way up there. I was like, darn, you know, they zoomed in with the camera. I think it was a Netflix movie. I was like, darn.
But you know, this gonna be somebody just showed me for my fellow tipplers out there. Somebody showed me a European with braces. I have never seen it. A European that lives in Europe with braces.
I don't think I've seen it either, unless they were. I don't know. That's a good question.
You don't count.
I ain't talking about no rich famous people. But I mean, like, I've never been anywhere and saw a European. I've been to Europe 4 times, maybe 5 times. I haven't walked past a dentist's office, and I go to the popular spots.
Oh wow! So guess what? I see a new Patreon that just joined. Oh. So we appreciate you, Marlene King. Thank you so much for joining our Patreon. We appreciate you.
Indeed,
I tell you, that means you really love us. You really, who did that speech? They love me. They really, really love me. I can't remember.
Sally Fields.
Sally Field. Thank you. They love. So I'm gonna change it. They love us. They really, really love us. They really do. Thank you. Oh God, we appreciate you guys. We're going to end this podcast again. Teresa says she's going to ask her cousins if they've ever had braces. My mom was born in I'm gonna murder this word. In any skilkin. In a skilkin.
If you had teeth like them, you can say the word because the teeth block all the.
In a Skilkin, Ireland, I guess. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ooh. I'm not even fooling with Rod over there. Guys, we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. And please ask your cousins. We would love to know this information. I appreciate it. Y'all, it has been a pleasure. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Again, next week, guys, if you weren't here for the beginning of the show, next week, we're going to have some awesome special guests. We're going to have the polyamorous group. There's 3. It's 2 women and a man. They're called Threelationship. They have a podcast called Threelationship. I've been listening to it. It's excellent. So I'm a super fan. They will be joining us next week to talk about their polyamory relationship. Drink with us, shoot the shit, just talk about different topics. We're gonna have a good time. The Tipplers are going to the next level. I'm on a new level.
I can't wait to actually meet them. Like they're from the West Coast, which is really cool. So I'm expecting some cool accents that's gonna be totally different. Okay. They're gonna be day drinking. We're gonna be night drinking.
Well, exactly. So their time is gonna be 2 hours behind us. So they'll be like 5:30 and we'll be like 7:30.
Yeah. So it's gonna be cool on all type of levels. I want the freaks to come out. And then I think everybody who watch, in my opinion, to be honest, I have never met a drinker who wasn't a freak.
You never met him. You never met a drinker that wasn't a freak?
Yeah. So I expect everybody who watched the show, because we're not a PG show. So I expect all these,
and especially in this Zoom, we're definitely not PG. So this is what I want to do, guys. I want to kind of reiterate our guests for next week, because when I start drinking, I start like slurring all my words. So this is their name. So their name is Shayla, Shantae, and James. They run a podcast called Threelation Goals, and all 3 of them are involved in a closed polyamorous relationship. They highlight the dynamics of polyamory by shamelessly discussing the nuisance of sharing their partners physically, emotionally, and sexually. So, guys, if you have never heard of the relationship goals, Shayla, Shantae, and James, next Monday would be a perfect time for you to open your mind and kind of peek inside their relationship and find out exactly what polyamory is, which is totally different from polygamist. So you guys join us next.
But what I want them to do, what I want y'all to do, ain't gonna lie. I want them to make some fake accounts with their fake names so they can ask these questions they really want to ask.
Oh, talking about our viewers?
Yeah, without embarrassing yourself. The ones that get embarrassed.
They don't have to make fake accounts. Ask them on your real accounts. Who cares?
Oh no, you know people be all, oh, I can't ask that. People gonna judge me. Make a fake. In fact, make your fake account, but log in on your account, and then make another fake account, log in on the other account. So it'd be like double the viewers. Ask your questions on your little fake freak account. You might keep it. You might like it.
Or you could just go ahead and email your questions.
No, that'll work too.
To turningthetiplersloose@gmail.com. You can actually email your question anonymously. If you have a question for Shayla, Shantae, and James from Three Relationship Goals. Guys, we appreciate it. We are so excited for next week. Again, the Tipplers are going to the next level. We are diving into different topics, things that we normally don't talk about that's outside of the norm. I feel like we owe it to our viewership to do that. Oh, and by the way, this three how can I say it? I don't want to say a threesome because that's not right. Shayla, Shantae, and James are actually African American. So you normally don't see an out poly relationship in the African American community. So that's what makes it even more interesting. So you guys join us next week.
Are they Christians? I got some questions.
Well, hey, Rod, I'm ready for you. Write them all down.
I'm not talking to you. I know
I'm ready for your questions. All right, guys, let me play this theme song. We are out, y'all. We appreciate it.
Turning the Tipplers loose on a Monday. Let's make it oh so fun day. Drinking, talking, laughing, tripping out. That's what the Tipplers are all about. Pour your drink, sit back and relax. Right here, Monday, 7:30 is where it's at. Tipping the topics. Come on, let's go. Let's dive in. Enjoy the show. Turning the Tipplers loose. Turning the Tipplers loose. Turning the Tipplers loose.
All right, guys. So join us on Zoom. If you have a Patreon account, go over to your Patreon account. We will be posting the Zoom link for you to join us tonight. We appreciate you guys, and we out here. Bye.